Avyakt Murli Notes, April 24th, 2022. How do you know whether something is right or wrong? Baba has given us the philosophy of karma, the power of discrimination, and the power of judgment. When these three are active in those who are soul-conscious and aware of the knowledge of the Creator and the creation, then conscience is reliable. When there is a bias due to people operating on the basis of a combination of their iron-aged cultures, religions, and sense perceptions, then wrong decisions and actions get accomplished. Cultures based on sense perception and body identification cause global deception. Baba calls this the rule of Ravan. That means people are primarily under the influence of gender bias. The kingdom of God means the rule of concepts that come from God and not from sense perception. The symbols of the rule of Ravan are scriptures, scientific knowledge, weapons, music that resonates with the gut or lower chakras, and patriarchy. Concepts of right and wrong derive from these dominant forces. People make judgments based on dogma, observable reality, threats, and manipulation. Hierarchies in such cultures are determined by who has how much control in these areas. Action is performed that is calculated to give the actor maximum power, money, position, property, and protection in the short term. At present, the rule of Ravan is at its strongest. However, because it is materialism, it is inherently weaker than spirituality. In this Murli, Baba speaks of mercy in the face of ignorance. Ignorance means the players are completely blind and unaware of the extent to which they are influenced by their compulsions to acquire as much power, money, position, property, and apparent protection as possible. All other considerations are secondary. Baba says a true Bhagat is afraid to do negative karma, but is not afraid of God. A Brahmin is motivated by love for God, not by fear of doing negative karma. Conscience is supported by the expectation to be held accountable. In any circumstance, when those in power do not expect to be held accountable, the accumulation of negative karma increases without limit. In the world of God, you are called to account only at the end of your performance. There is a conflict of interest between the influence of culture based on the above-mentioned symbols of Ravan on the one hand, and on the other hand, the knowledge that Shiv Baba gives. Shiv Baba's knowledge is called revealed knowledge. It cannot be found in scriptures, nor can it be gleaned through scientific inquiry. Its only source is the mind and intellect of God. Therefore, accurate recognition of God is essential. Without recognition, It is not possible to compare and contrast the knowledge of God with knowledge that comes from scriptures and scientific inquiry. Because of this, mercy is needed. Baba says, in all matters, the key ingredient is, do you recognize God or not? This is also called recognizing the knowledge of the Creator and the creation. Those who recognize God are also severely limited by outstanding negative karmic accounts and sanskaras of loyalty to conventional religion and morality. The soul has been distorted by much trauma. Therefore, mercy is required. Baba says, regardless of their behavior, they are his children. That means they recognized him and became adopted Brahmins of Shiv Baba's yagya. However, they are of course number-wise. In the Golden Age, all souls are in their right place. Their power, positions, property, money, and protection correspond to their spiritual ranking. Shiv Baba knows everyone's number, but does not reveal this. In the Confluence Age, each one is trying to find their right place and to understand who they are. This pursuit is compromised by the overpowering influences mentioned above. These influences need to be discerned and neutralized. Shiv Baba has infinite mercy and infinite patience while his children play out the Confluence Age drama, which looks like the Mahabharat war and the complexities of the Ramayana. To the extent that you are loyal to Shiv Baba's Shrimat, you are a Pandav. To the extent that you are ruled by scriptures and conventional morality, you are a Kaurav. To the extent that you are ruled by scientific inquiry, you are a Yadav. The more you are ruled by public opinion, the more you are engaged in the Ramayana. The key ingredient of failure is to bow to public opinion. This is why Baba favors the system of government of a kingdom rather than democracy. What obstructs the cultivation of mercy? Carelessness, jealousy, and hatred. The more you are in a position of power, the more these three energies cause damage. These three energies are the source of 90% of any weakness or inadequacy. A merciful one is with the Father, and they are acutely aware of being ultimately called to account for all their actions because of the love of the Father. A merciful one is a Brahman soul who also wishes to cross the regions of being called to account, called Dharmaraj Puri. He or she remains careful at each step. Your love for God protects you from getting ruled by jealousy, hatred, and carelessness. The mercy in your heart keeps you from being careless, nonchalant, and inattentive. You must care about yourself. Bearing all these matters in mind, your perception and perspective is merciful towards the players of the Brahman world. You are not pejorative or destructively critical. This is accurate Gyan-yukta mercy, mercy based on clear understanding of the knowledge. Together with this, do not forget your spiritual pride. That means, do not diminish yourself by favoring another to your own detriment. Being merciful in the sense of taking pity on others is a trap that puts you in karmic bondage and causes many kinds of disasters. Being merciful in the sense of being impressed with someone and bending the rules so that they can benefit also causes many kinds of disasters. There should not be mercy without the accompanying personal spiritual pride. That means do not give away your power. Remain in your power. Do not allow the person for whom you show mercy to gain influence over you. Neither hate nor be under anyone's influence. Remain only under the influence of the Father. Otherwise, it would be said, amanat me kiamat, dereliction of duty, taking for yourself what is in your trust. You have dedicated your mind and intellect to God. Therefore, you cannot make decisions that bring you under another person's influence. This is the meaning of manmana bhav. Do not allow yourself to be impressed by anyone's virtue, their service capability, or their wealth that may help you. Allow no one to have a hold over you. You have unlimited vairagya, disinterest. The only thing that has any power over you is Baba's love, cooperation, and companionship. Make people feel this about yourself. Be aware that any good quality soul who fulfills your needs, the origin of their ability to do that is God. So your source is not that soul, but it is God. An instrument soul may remind you of Baba's Shrimat, but it is not Shrimat from that soul. Shrimat originates only from God. No instrument soul can say, my instruction is God's instruction. They can only remind you of God's Shrimat, which you already know. Do not also come under the influence of any instrument soul either. If you get impressed by any instrument of Baba and get attached, then you will go into a declining degree. Do not also get narcissistic about yourself and your qualities and capacities. You have them, but who put them to use in service? It is essential to be merciful according to Gyan, not according to your feelings which arise when you come under the influence of someone. Remember, what slows you down is jealousy, hatred, and coming under someone's influence. Om Shanti.